Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. In this video, we're going to talk about how, um, Liam Neeson, who is in the Star Wars universe, played Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi's first Jedi Master, says that, Star Wars is being hurt by so many spin-offs, and it's taking away the mystery and the magic. Let's see what he exactly means, because I don't want to assume in this scenario. Liam Neeson gives ass in almost every interview if he would reprise his role as Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn in a Star Wars spin-off. Which he technically did when he appeared in Kenobi. But that was like for what? 5 seconds. But the answer is often no, and such was the case when Neeson joined Paul Rudd on the February 16th episode of Watch What Happens Live. But Neeson took things a step further, explained that his reason for not wanting to reprise Qui-Gon Jinn is because the Star Wars franchise is being damaged, is damaging its own magic. And he says, "No, I'm not. There's so many spin-offs of Star Wars, it's diluting it to me. And taking away the mystery and the magic in a weird way." And, Neeson, if my laptop can not fritz on me, Neeson had a brief cameo in the Disney Plus series Kenobi. But he... Oh, my laptop's like really frustrating me. Bring it back. Okay, I'm back. I think I fixed the problem. Anyways, say, oh, yeah, I think, yeah, so I think, so it was a film. Neeson then said about the potential of Star Wars return. Yeah, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to TV, I must admit. I just like the big screen, you know. Qui-Gon, I can't believe it's 24 years since we made The Phantom Menace. I cannot believe where the time has gone. It was a terrific experience shooting that film in London. Neeson isn't wrong about when he says the Star Wars franchise has been inundated, as to say, with spin-offs. On the big screen, Lucasfilm has released Rogue One and Solo, outside of its main Star Wars saga, or its main Skywalker saga. The franchise expanded greatly on Disney Plus with shows such as The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi having aired. Upcoming series including The Mandalorian Season 3, which launches March 1st, plus Ahsoka and The Acolyte. So the reason why so pretty much Liam Neeson saying that the Disney Plus shows without as much spin-offs as we're getting is diluting the Star Wars brand. And I can't understand where he's coming from. I mean, we always had an expanded universe in terms of like books, movies, video games, and the only shows that we had was the Clone Wars. Take your pick of which Clone Wars. And not to mention like the Ewok show and the Droid show. I feel like there's one more show that I'm missing out on. But like, so there was always like spin-offs per se, even before Disney got their hands on Star Wars. But I also do see where like Liam Neeson is talking about, where I don't think he's saying that the spin-offs are such an issue per se. I think he's just saying the amount of spin-offs that is being released per year. That is the issue. I feel like if there wasn't so many like spin-offs coming out per year, then maybe he would feel differently, and maybe he would be more often coming back as Qui-Gon Jinn in the future. I mean, I'm happy. I was like, on one hand, I was happy to see him in Kenobi, but on the other hand, seeing him in Kenobi, like, we still got his voice maybe, because that kind of contradicted to what like Because I thought Qui-Gon couldn't manifest his body in the Force because his training was incomplete. At least that's what he said in the Clone Wars. So where did he get the training? And you can say that now they can either go the animated route, that or do what they did with Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Grand Moff Tarkin, and deepfake him. Deepfake Qui-Gon. So even though Liam Neeson may not want to be back in Star Wars, he doesn't have to be back in Star Wars because deepfake, right? Which I feel like that would be a very cheap way to go in this scenario. But still, I think us fans deserve an explanation of how Qui-Gon, how did Qui-Gon learn to manifest this a being? Did his time out on Mortis, help him connect some dots? And, lift off his A game? But then that will also contradict to what happened in Clone Wars Season 6, when Qui-Gon was, helping Yoda out, and, Qui-Gon told Yoda that he can't, manifest his body in the Force because his training was cut off. So, how did Qui-Gon's training get completed? I don't know. So, I am kind of conflicted on, though Qui-Gon Jinn potentially returning. And maybe it's for the better that he doesn't return, because it might create more contradictions, unnecessary contradictions. Because I feel like once in a while we'll come into a contradiction that makes sense why they contradicted it, and it's okay. Just I feel like in this case we need an explanation how Qui-Gon's furthered his training and finished it. Otherwise, as cool as it was to see Liam Neeson in the Kenobi show, it just doesn't make sense how we could see his body, and that makes sense. But that's just me. I'm sorry if I'm one of those fans of you guys that pissed you guys off, but that's just me. So, but I can also see where he is coming from with going back to the point I was trying to make earlier before I wanted the attention. I can see where Liam Neeson is coming from with as many shows as there is currently getting spit out, one after other. I can see where Liam Neeson is coming from with all these shows maybe diluting the magic Star Wars had. And at the very least, to a certain extent, he has a point. At the very least, he has a point to a certain extent. Whether you completely agree with him or not, that's up to you, but to a certain extent, he does have a point. And that Star Wars should be careful of as many shows that they pump out per year as well. Because if you want to talk about Star Wars fatigue, at a certain point, could lead into fans having Star Wars fatigue. But there's also category called video games, right? Where we got I feel like barely any under the Disney rule at this point. And we should have more than we currently have. So we could get more Star Wars games that is supposed to be Disney Plus shows. Just saying, Lucasfilm. And that way you don't have to go through as many production hot mess scenarios as you did with with some shows and movies. And then you don't have to announce the films, the projects ahead of time, then get Disney to ask you to not announce it because you can't deliver. Video games is where it's at. Trust me. Video games is mostly where it's at. But anyways, what do you beautiful people think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And we'll talk to you amazing people later. And may the Force be with us all.